So, hi and welcome to the Onward and Upward Journey with the Firefly Circle. The Onward and Upward is a philosophy carved out from the passion of understanding businesses, markets, people, products, and tools. And it's a way of building perception through insights, ideas, and stories and thoughts from different walks of life. A first in the series of Onward and Upward, powered by the Firefly Circle, we are joining hands with the pioneers and the evangelists and the authors of the Growth Hacking Book 2, bringing out a series of thought leadership based discussions which will cover the essence of each of the chapters contributed by the authors. Our guest today, a very special woman. She's an author, entrepreneur, a storyteller, lifestyle blogger, and at the end of it all, a super mom. Ruchi Garg Kalra. Hi, Ruchi, and welcome to the Firefly Circle.
Thank you, Kush, for having me. I am so honored to be here this morning, evening for you.
Yeah, so really excited to have you on board, and really excited to our discussions which will come through. So to begin with, I was actually going through a few of your articles and your web presence, and what really sort of intrigued me was your storytelling abilities, right? And you actually have this naturally built storytelling talent in you. We'll be really interested in understanding how that sort of came through, and how has the journey been so far as a storyteller?
Okay. Growing up, I think, first of all, I should start off with we're all storytellers, right? Every single day, each one of us tells our stories. And I know growing up, when I would go back home to Zambia, I grew up in Africa, and my mom would always be like, my God, you have so many stories. And I didn't realize that I did tell a lot of stories. So over time, I realized that, wow, there's a word for this, and it's called a storyteller.
Mm-hmm.
And it kind of just came about very recently, where I've been telling my love story for a long time, and it's typical of any mostly Bollywood love story, but this is my version that started, in the jungles of Africa and moved over continents. But so they said, hey, why don't you share your story on this platform? And it was the USA Today network. And they had an in-person event in February, just before COVID hit. It was 900 people in the room.
Wow.
I had never spoken in front of even 400 people, much less 900. And I got to tell my love story. And that's how that came about. And since then, I've been invited as a host, as well as told my story about calling it home, which I focused on home as in America, India, and Africa, and Zambia. And so it's been a great journey. And I feel like this is really fun. I finally have a label of what I do. It's official.
Yep.
So that's where my storytelling journey, and that's how that began. And it's been going wonderful. I mean, it's been more virtual so far, ever since COVID. But I think you mentioned lifestyle blogging, and I feel like I have been sharing my stories through blogging before. Yeah. And I just didn't know about this speaking platform that I could be part of.
So I guess you're also a marketing strategist as well, and a business coach. So I think storytelling sort of complements both these facets of your, professional life as well. So how are these aspects, turning on in terms of, your journey so far?
Good question. So it's, I feel like all of us are storytellers, like I said, and all of these business owners, small business owners, is what I'm really passionate about. I feel they also have a story, and that's why they started their business. They have a why, they have a passion. And I feel by doing what I do, sitting down, talking to them, we get back to the basics of why they started the business. What is their story? What got them started? Because I feel every single day we're all doing a dance. When we're a small business owner, we're trying to post on social media, we're trying to do our accounting, we're trying to pay our workers, we're trying to get and do some marketing, get on the phone. And sometimes we lose focus of why we're doing what we're doing. Yeah. And so it's my way of getting them in touch back to their story and their passion. So I feel like it's connected really well.
Yep,
So,
absolutely. Yep, totally agree to that. So, in your line of work, I'm pretty sure there are a lot of takeaways and best practices that you sort of built in into the way you actually operate. If I were to ask you three sort of takeaways, what would they be in your line of work?
okay, I say this all the time,
Yeah.
and I know it might be kind of boring, but be authentic.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
One, and I'll say be authentic and be authentic. Honestly, I honestly believe I fake it till you make it is not a mantra I've ever been part of,
Mm-hmm.
because I truly believe it's got to come from the heart. And once it comes from the heart, everything else flows. So be yourself is what I would always say. But whether you're a storyteller or you're a business or you're a podcast host,
Yeah.
doesn't matter what you do in life, even with your relationships, just be who you are.
Absolutely, that's a very noteworthy, sort of mantra that even I'm actually sort of going to imbibe, going forward. Fantastic. So, going ahead, from a skill set perspective, if I were to ask you five skill sets, what would they actually be in this present era?
Um, Skill set. If you talk about actual skills, make sure your business is online. Social
Yeah,
media
yeah.
is key. Make sure to build an authentic network
Hmm.
around you. And I actually don't even like the word network. I like more of it as relationship building.
Yeah.
Always build relationship and never think what is in it for me, right? That's a huge, like, I'm sitting here talking to you, you're talking to me. It
Hmm.
should just be about building a relationship. You and I connected, a week or two ago, and I thought,
Yeah.
wow, I like this. He has so much to offer. How can I help him, and how can
Yeah.
I connect him to people here in the US? And so that was, I think we were at like two or three, but I believe I would just say be very knowledgeable about your topic. Um, Knowledgeable, be authentic. I will still say, be on social media, be,
Hmm.
um, I don't know, I think I run out, but those are the things that,
No, absolutely. Point taken. I think those are some great, tips.
yeah.
Yep. Fantastic. Now, coming to the next segment, and we're here to talk about your contribution as a co-author to the Growth Hacking Book 2, right? And you've actually written something around marketing authenticity, right? We'd be
Right.
really interested to understand what marketing authenticity is all about and what your chapter is all about, really,
Okay.
because really excited to know
So
about that.
So for me, yeah, like since you hadn't heard the word authentic in this
Yeah.
interview yet, but marketing with authenticity is just goes back to what I've been saying.
Hmm.
When if it's your business or a product, make sure you're not in it for the money. I mean, I know that's a key thing, but I've always said, and this is something my dad's values had said, never run after money. And there's a saying in Hindi, "Paisa haath ki mail hai." That
Hmm.
means money is just dirt in your hands.
Yeah.
It'll be here tomorrow, it'll be gone here today, gone tomorrow. So always focus on the relationships. And that's what my chapter is about. So I even focused on three businesses that I feel started their businesses authentically. And they are not faking it till they make it. They are out to help the world. And somehow along the way, with their passion to help the world, they've created this, be it coaching, be it an actual product
Hmm.
that they are making a difference with in the world. And, I'll give you one example that I talked about is Pathwater. So Pathwater is a company that was started by two young guys, and they wanted to get rid of single-use plastic water bottles in the world. And they have literally grown in the last 2 years. You'll be shocked. Like, you
Hmm.
go to San Francisco International Airport, there's no plastic water bottles. They've managed to remove that from the whole airport system, and they're trying to
Wow.
do that nationwide. And to
Hmm.
me, that's impressive. You're making a difference in the world. So that is what my chapter is about. That if you are fake over time, I think there's about 3 billion, if not more, social media users out there. Over time, they will see through your fakeness. So never be fake.
Hmm.
And that is what my chapter pretty much, and so when you walk away from reading that chapter, you'll be like, oh my God, this is what I need to do. And I embody that. I try to embody that philosophy as much as I can. My dad has been a huge mentor for me.
Mhm.
And we had even found this paperwork. Actually, I think I have it here. Um, in his paperwork that we had found about all the points, and it said, "My last message for my dear and near ones."
Mhm.
And we're even actually not sure when he wrote it, but it was in his paperwork that we found after he passed. And so I read it all the time. And I have it printed because it's going up on this wall behind
Mhm.
me, inspiration. So, yeah.
Fabulous, fabulous, fantastic. I'm really excited to get my hands on the book, and especially your chapter, because that's something very niche in a way from a marketing standpoint, right? So really looking forward to that. So going ahead from a future standpoint, what do we expect from Ruchi?
Well, I want to continue my storytelling journey. I feel, with my lifestyle blogging, I will continue that because as much as I'm doing lifestyle blogging, I feel a lot of times words have power. Words
Yep.
have, um, you know, people say, oh, sticks and stones may break my bones, but I also feel your words have so much ability to help and to hurt both
Mm-hmm.
ways.
Yep.
And I want to continue writing about topics. So recently I've written about, mental health awareness in the South Asian community. I think it's very much needed. And
Mm-hmm.
I've had people contact me after that piece. Not that I've gone through depression personally or, you know, uh, had those issues, but I also feel that when you have people and you can raise awareness, you can help other people. I've done that. I've also talked about, being a bone marrow um, recipient or whatever, not recipient, I'm sorry, a donor, bone marrow donor for the South Asian communities because our numbers are so low
Mm-hmm.
worldwide. So if you were to get leukemia or something, the donor bank does not have people who match your and my um, bone marrow in there.
Yep.
We had a drive on that last year. So I want to continue doing that. And on my work front, I'm working on taking my little small business myself
Yep.
to looking into partnering with a growth marketing company and basically take that small business from not only their vision, but actually helping them through the process of executing. So that's in the works currently. So that's where I see myself going. And my lifestyle blogging will continue. I love to cook. I love to bake, and
Yep.
so I share those recipes and from around the world. And I love to travel, so that's my big thing. And yeah, and keep sharing inspiring messages. So
Absolutely. That's pretty diverse, and we'll be following you pretty closely in your journey. All the best.
thank you,
Yeah.
thank you.
So maybe a couple of more questions, and then we sign off. Your success mantra that you always lived by. I think you did sort of mention about not faking it, but yeah. And do you still stick to that, or do you have any other success mantra that you actually sort of?
Um, One of my big other ones, and I know I keep going back to my dad, but he always used to say, be happy with what you have, be happy with who you are,
Yeah.
and never look at someone else's successes or whatever as um, like they're not mine. Like literally be happy for them for their successes, but at the same time, don't use it as a competition thing. Just be happy with who you are always. And so that's my thing, don't fake it, be happy with who you are, and just enjoy this journey of life, honestly. Like, I think we're always so busy running after something that we need to learn to be happy in the now.
Wow, that's so profound and so simple, yet people don't follow that. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I mean, when I say all these things, it's also just a reminder to self, right?
Yeah.
A lot of times people is like, oh my God, what is she saying? But it's true. It's just, it's when I say all these things, it's every time I'm telling myself that, Ruchi, be happy, be who you are.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, that's my few mantras. I have quite a few of them.
No, good ones, the good ones, absolutely. So, one final one. Would you want maybe a shout out to the audiences to go out there and go get the pre-order order of the book?
Yes, absolutely. So, there's at least over 80 some authors who have written
Yeah.
in this book, including Kush. And there's so many nuggets in that book that when you walk away, and this is the second in the series, Growth Hacking Book 2. There's also a Growth Hacking Book 1. So
Yeah.
between the two books, if you're out there if you're an entrepreneur or you're even in the corporate world and you want to get started on, you literally could pick up these two books and read something every single day and take away a little nugget to pick from each one and then put it all together. So the book is already on pre-sale on Amazon already, so you can order that, and it will be released second week of December. So please go check that out, and I promise you, you will not be disappointed.
Fantastic. So thank you so much, Ruchi, for being a part of the Firefly Circle and sharing some great insights and best practices, which I'm sure will help many to go onward and upward. Thank you once again.
Thank you, Kush. Thank you for having me today.
Thank you.